I think when I first started, we were doing something in the order of 250,000, 300,000 exams a year. Last year, we topped that out at, I think, 460,000 examinations that came through our doors. We do interventional radiology, a lot of MRI, high use of CT, ultrasound, of course, and we do a significant amount of plain films. Actually, over half of our workload is still plain film.
After working at Leicester General Hospital for about 4 years, I applied to go and do a reporting course at Canterbury University. You're expected to achieve very high marks. In fact, you need to achieve 95% in the final exam.
The radiologists their focus is very much on the cross-sectional modalities, MRI and CT in particular, because they're difficult to interpret. They take a long time to interpret, and because of that, we found that our plain films are not getting dealt with as efficiently as we'd like to see them.
I report all plain film X-rays except for chest and abdomen. I've always wanted to report chest X-rays. Fortunately, I've just got the funding to go and further my training at Cardiff University.
You can't recruit radiologists in 5 minutes. They're short supply. We introduced radiographer reporting here some considerable time ago, but it takes a long time to train a radiographer to report. So we started by doing that, but we still weren't keeping pace. We then started offering overtime rates for the radiographers and the radiologists, still weren't keeping pace. So we looked at the companies that are out there that offer a service of remote reporting, and due to the volumes that we were producing, again, they still weren't keeping pace. There was a moment in time where a shining light came through my door in the form of an email from the Chief Executive of the Society of Radiographers, Richard Evans. He emailed round just introducing us to the concept of agency reporting radiographers. I looked at that with interest and thought, this could be the answer.
The chest X-ray was one of the last areas, and for good reason, because it's one of the most complicated areas to report. So I'm glad that we finally got the opportunity to do that. It also shows that confidence is growing in reporting radiographers.
I went to see my clinical director, asked what they thought about the idea of bringing in reporting radiographers. Because we'd already got them, it wasn't an alien concept. So we thought, OK, let's have a go. And from there, we haven't looked back.
I didn't realise that RIG existed. I happened to join LinkedIn. They picked up on my CV, realised I had the experience, and they contacted me. And I think that was about the time that this project at North Staffordshire was starting.
Because they come to the site here, we integrate them quite quickly into our mode of operation. They get a basic induction programme, and actually we feel they're part of our own staff, and I hope they feel that they're part of the University Hospital North staffs as well. And that's something you don't get with the reporting, remote reporting. It's a very different relationship that we have with our reporting radiographers.
So you get to pick up all these different things that you might not do at your local hospital. And I also hope that I bring something different as well in my reports. So in a way, it's sharing experience.
The consultant radiologists were aware of the value of reporting radiographers from our own experience, and they were willing to audit their practice in the early days. So the first few radiographers that came through the door, they actually audited their outcomes, looked at their style of reporting, made sure it matched what we wanted it to do, and then from then on, they were quite happy to take that on.
I must say, radiologists here are very friendly. I feel the support is there, and the feedback is there as well, which is quite important for a reporting radiographer.
The RIG staff actually put through volumes of work. They work very hard when they're here, actually achieving quite high throughputs, which is fantastic because that is helping us to deliver an effective turnaround time. So as we're continuing to educate and train our own radiographers to report, RIG are a really useful resource for us. And what we'd like is that relationship to be so solid that I can contact them to say, actually, we need some help for the next few months, and we can turn them back on again, and when we're back on track, turn them off. That's the beauty of the agency.
Working for RIG makes you feel like you're part of the family. Your feedback is taken seriously. So I feel valued and respected. The communication is brilliant. And I think that's what you need, particularly in this profession, where you need things to be dealt with in a timely fashion because you're dealing with people's lives.